Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us understood one more important service. This we mostly use in companies. So definitely if you are a cloud engineer or a administrator, then you need to understood this service. This is one of the AWS service, that is AWS Service Catalog. In this video, what we are going to cover? So we'll understood when do we use this service catalog and how do we use this service catalog. To implement this, we'll consider some real-time use case or some real-time scenario and we will implement that. So let's understood the need of this service catalog is. Assume I have a company. Now, so for a company, I have multiple teams, right? Yes, I have multiple teams. For administration, I have admin team, and for development of any project, I have development team. So like that, I have multiple teams are there. Let's say I got a project for my company. I got a project. Now I provided that business problem or that project to my admin team, administrative team. Then this administrative team actually forwarded that business problem to this developers team in order to develop that project. So immediately what happens to develop or to solve any business case by using some programming or some development tools. So these developers need some platform, right? Yes. So in order to solve the business problem, these developers definitely require some platform. On top of that platform, these developers can do their experiments, or these developers can develop actually the solution for that business problem, and they can able to test that whether the developer solution is working well or not. Then these developers can even able to deploy it as well. By default, how any company rules will be, any company will follow some rules like particular team will have only particular permissions, particular team will have only that particular action related permissions. This admin team can have permissions to create this platform, whereas these developers team can have only permissions to use this platform. So like that, multiple companies may implement multiple policies. That is, every company will follow granular access. That is, as much as possible, how much access does any team require? Does this team require? So only that much access only company will provide. In the similar way, how much access this team is required? Only that much access only this company will provide to this team, right? Yes. Assume I got the project that is ML based project. Then, so to develop or to solve this project, what what our developers require? Platform, right? Yes. So since currently I am utilizing the advantage of cloud computing, I am moving on with one of the cloud provider. Let's take an example of AWS. I'm using AWS services and I want to solve this problem. So this platform also need to be created from this AWS. Whereas these developers do not have access to all the services. But these admin team have access to all the services. Now the scenario is, and even these developers do not have much more knowledge on the infrastructure creation or this platform creation. They just know development of project. Whereas these admin team can have the knowledge of creating the environment and providing the access to specific users. So now actually the question arises to this admin team or administrative team of my company, that how to provide permissions to these developers team to create this platform as a self service. Even though these developers don't know about infrastructure or how to create the platform, how these admins can somehow able to provide permissions to these developers to create this platform whenever these developers require. As a self service manner, these developers, whenever they require, how do they create these platforms in AWS cloud and use them whenever they require? So though that is the major question that arises right now for this administrative team. So during this scenario, now AWS come up with a service, that is AWS Service Catalog. What is that service? AWS Service Catalog. By using this service, administrative team, or so let's have a question, how this AWS Service Catalog solve this problem. This service catalog will provide some options to this administrative team to create whatever the products he want. So that products list he can able to create, and he can able to put those products, whatever the products that he want to put those into a single portfolio. That is, he can able to create multiple products by using this service catalog. Either it may be one or multiple. So what does this product means? The product means currently for now we require some platform, right? Yes. That a platform creating code, we can call it as product. So this platform creation we can call it as a product. That is, how can you able to define this platform in the form of a code, or this platform related infrastructure in the form of a code? You can define this platform, or you can define whatever the service that you are creating for this platform in the form of a infrastructure as code by using either Terraform script or cloud formation templates in AWS, and we can create a product. So not only one, we can able to create multiple as well. Then okay, now this admin created this product, how can he able to provide access to this particular developer team users? How can this administrative person can able to provide access to this product to these developer team users? So to provide access to only particular users, so whoever present in this ML project, to them, to only them, to provide access, this administrator has one more option in AWS Service Catalog, that is a portfolio. This portfolio he can able to create. Then inside that portfolio, how many products that he want to add, those many he can able to add. Not only one, he can able to add multiple. And at last in this portfolio he can able to add the users as well. So which user he want to add, that user he can able to add. So either it may be one user or multiple, based on the admin, that is based on the project requirement. This admin can able to add multiple users as per the requirement. After adding particular user, now then this user can able to access this product and can able to launch this product, that is launch this platform by using this product, and he can able to use this platform and develop the project. Okay, Now, in this video, from where to where or hands on, from where to where we will understood. We'll understood this all concept what we have taught right now. We will understood we will log in as a admin team user and we will create the products that we want and we will also create a portfolio and we will add these products to this portfolio and we also add some development team user to this portfolio. After doing all these things, we will again log in as this development team user and try to launch the product, nothing but the platform, and try to write some code to develop some project or try to write some sample code and we will test it as well. So currently we are considering we got some ML related business problem or project. So AWS provides us some services for this ML related projects, for ML related models development, for developing such ML projects or ML models for business case. AWS will provide us a platform that is AWS SageMaker. We can able to use it to build or develop or test any ML related project and we can even deploy from this SageMaker only. We can able to do all these things from this itself. So we need to develop some platform or you can say we need to develop some ML project in this SageMaker. This SageMaker we are now using it as a platform. So now how this developer can able to log into this SageMaker. To access this SageMaker, first developer requires some permissions. So to provide some self permissions, we as the admin team initially create a product. So what is the product one? This product one we will create two products. One is this SageMaker domain. Through the SageMaker domain only, anyone can able to access this SageMaker. So that's the first product that we are going to create. So in the first product, we'll create some SageMaker domain in order to provide access to any user, particular user. Then after creating SageMaker domain, now we need to provide access to particular user. So for that, we need to create some user as well as to experiment. To experiment in this SageMaker, these require that is the user also require. As a first product, we'll create some SageMaker domain, and as a second product, we'll create SageMaker related user, SageMaker user. That particular user can able to access the domain, and to access the domain, we'll create the user. After this, we also in this product to itself, we also defining some space where in that space only the notebooks will be created by using this user. So why this domain is required, SageMaker domain? In order to access this SageMaker, we need this domain. So that's why we are creating this as product one. In product two, for this user, in order to create some space or do experimentation, we are providing a user or we are creating the user as well as some space. Then after we'll create this portfolio as the administrator and we'll add these two products as well as this developer user to this portfolio. Then after we will log in as this developer user and we try to check out with or we try to launch these two products and we'll write some sample code and test whether the notebook is working and we can able to access our platform or not. So let's start it. You can observe I already logged in into my AWS management console and I opened this AWS Service Catalog, so AWS Service Catalog platform. Then you can reach out to here by just typing Service Catalog. Yeah, you can see, just click on it so that you will reach the same place to that service. Now, as a admin, so you can see here for admin there are some configurations, and for provisioning these are some configurations. First, as a admin, you use this panel, you use these options to create first products. You can use this product list to create the products. Then after creating the products, to add the products into a portfolio and provide access to a user, we use this portfolios option. Then we add the products and we create a portfolio and we add the products as well as the user. After that, we log in as a user in one more AWS account, in one more platform, and we'll use the products those are created, and we launch those products and we provision those products and we'll use those products as well. So first, let's create some products. First, we need to create two products, right? One for SageMaker domain and the second one is for user as well as the space. So I'm just clicking on create product, and the product details here we need to mention. So what is the product name? Now I'm just typing here the product name, that is SageMaker domain. Then the description, it's an optional. If you want, you can able to provide the owner. It's nothing but my company, so that's why I provided company. You can able to provide the publishers or the product name. Then we need to specify this product related cloud formation template URL. So what does this mean? So this mean the platform that you are going to create, or what we just mentioned, we are going to create a domain, right? Yes. So that a domain, how we are creating by using some Terraform script or cloud formation template. By using cloud formation templates, currently I am creating this domain. So that's why I selected this. And this cloud formation template related URL we need to provide here. So how, so where we stored that template? Currently we stored that in S3. I'll show you that is how the template look like and what's the code inside it. Now this is my S3 service, and inside this somewhere in some bucket, here you can see domain product template. I'm just selecting this. To show you the code inside it, I'm just querying it with S3 select. Okay, now I'm running this query. So nothing, it's just contain few resources, only one resource. That resource is also related to the domain creation. You can see here the resource. So in the resources session of my cloud formation template, only one only one resource is defined. So that is this the name of the resource is the SageMaker domain, and the type you can see that is related to SageMaker domain. Now we defined, or we creating this domain inside specific VPC as well as specific subnet. You can see we are creating it, or we are defining the properties of this domain in specific VPC and specific subnet. That means wherever we create this domain, inside that only our notebook, our SageMaker or our Jupyter notebook will be created. Currently, I want to provide a safe and secure environment to my developers team. So that's why I'm creating that in specific VPC, in specific subnet. And I'm providing actions, or I'm providing the permissions, execution role permissions related to space or user. to only this lab VPC notebook role. As a user, if anybody login, or as a developer, if anybody login to this, and if he tries to execute anything by using this role, then that will work. But as a developer directly, he can able to try to access any notebooks or try to perform any actions. Since he does not have directly permissions to perform those actions, he cannot able to do. But now, after creating this domain, if after adding the user to that portfolio, he can able to access that particular domain. Okay, now this is the domain related configuration. So this is the code present inside this domain product dot template. I just want to copy the URL of this. So I'm just selecting this and just copying the URL, and I'm just pasting the URL here. This is my domain product related template. Now, yeah, I'm just scrolling it up and just clicking on create product. You can see it will take a few seconds and then it will create a product. You can observe one product got created, right? Yes, one product got created here. Successfully product created. Now what we did, we just created a product. What this product represents? This product represents a SageMaker domain. So whenever if anybody launch this product, what happens? A domain will be created for them. Okay, first step is done. That is the domain creation is done. Inside this domain, after creation of this domain, inside this domain, to create users as well as the space, we need one more product. I am just creating that product as well. Now this is the second product, that is a space, SageMaker related space and user, and the owner is the same, that is the company, and the URL for the template for creating the user as well as a product is this. I'm just copying this and pasting that here, and I'm just scrolling it up. Yeah, just creating the product. So product created successfully. Let's reload this. Yeah, now our two products got created successfully. So one product is a SageMaker domain, and second one is a SageMaker space as well as user. As a admin, I created these two products. Now I successfully created the two products. If my developer launches these two products, so first he launches this domain, then he can able to get the entry point to, or he can able to get some domain. Inside the domain, as a user, if he wants some space to write some code or develop some ML related model or model code, he need he need to again he need to again launch this product. So as a admin, I created these two products. Now I have the responsibility. Currently, as a admin, I have the responsibility to provide permission to my developers. How can I able to provide permission to a particular user or particular developer to provide access to particular user or particular developer to only specific products, to only specific products. In my products list as an admin, I have multiple products, but for the developer team, I need to provide only certain products only, right? Yes. For whatever the products that particular team or particular user required for specific projects, only those products I want to provide access to particular user. So for that, I need a platform to tell only these products access I want to provide to only these users. So to tell only for particularly only for these products, I want to provide access to only specific users. I need some option. So that's why this portfolios option is there. So here you can able to create a portfolio. Inside that portfolio, you can able to group only the required product list, and you can able to add whatever the required users or to which developers you want to provide access to those products. I'm just clicking on create portfolio, and here I'm providing some name, developers team. So like this I provided the name, and the owner is nothing but the company itself, and I'm just clicking on create. I'm just provided the portfolio name and owner and creating this portfolio. Now, if we observe, we created the portfolio. Previously, as the admin, I created these product lists, and now as the admin, I created this portfolio. As the admin itself, now I'm adding the products to this product to this portfolio. I'm just clicking on add, or you can see I'm just opening the portfolios, whatever I've created. This I've created, I'm just opening it. Here I'm just adding the product, whatever the products that I've created. I'm just clicking on add, selecting and adding those products. And again, I'm adding one more product, that is this. Now, to this portfolio, developers team portfolio, I've added the products. To these products itself, I want to provide access to my developer user. So to provide access to particular users, here you can observe access option is there. Inside our portfolio itself, I have this access option. Now I want to grant access, so that's why here grant access option is there. I'm just clicking on it. So here users option is there. Under this you have the IAM users. Under this IAM roles are there. Under roles, under groups IAM groups are there. To which groups you want to provide access, you can able to provide access from here. Currently I have only one user for this lab, for this demo, but in real time you might have developers group for the whole group, that is multiple IAM users which are present in that group. You can able to provide access to all of them at a time by selecting that group here. Currently I want to provide access to this particular IAM user, so that's why I'm selecting this user and clicking on grant access. So now these products are accessible to this user. To this user, these products, whatever the products that I have provided in this portfolio are accessible. Even you can even you can select a particular product as the admin. Till now you have done everything as the admin. As the admin, you can even remove the products as well. Now you can select the product and just click on remove and can confirm it, so that this product as well removed. This product also removed. I want to add it because the user require two products, so that's why I'll add it again and I'll play it. I'm just clicking on add product and just selecting the product which I want to add and just clicking on add, so that the products will be added. The two products are there now, as well as that to which developer I want to provide access, that developer also I've added. You can also remove the access for that developer as well by just selecting this particular user and just selecting this remove access, so that for that particular user the access will be removed. Currently I don't want to remove access to this user, so that's why I cancelled removing the access. As a admin, we have done everything that is under this products list. We have created two products. One is to launch the domain, and after launching the domain for the user creation as well as the space of this SageMaker, we have created one more product. Then to provide access for user or developer team to these two products, we created a portfolio, that is this, and inside this portfolio we have added those two products and we have provided the access to that user as well. Now as a developer I want to log in as this user and I want to launch these two products or the platform, and I want to use that platform to test some code. Now to test this I want to log in as a developer user, so that's why I'm opened one incognito tab and pasting the logging URL. Now here I want to provide some, yeah, I want to provide my IAM username, that is this. So whatever the access that I provided, that IAM username I need to provide there. I'm just copying that and I'll also type the password. Now I provided my username as well as password. I'm clicking on sign in so that it can able to sign into AWS Management Console. Now I am a developer user, not a admin user. I am currently now a developer user. I want to open the SageMaker currently right now. Only as a developer user, currently I do not have any permissions. If I open SageMaker and try to see any domains are there. So currently you observe, so no domains are created, right? Yes, no domains are there. I want to since as a developer user, admin already provided me the permissions to create a domain by using service catalog. By using that service catalog product, or by using that service catalog product that previously admin created, through that I can able to launch the domain or create this SageMaker domain. I'm just opening that service catalog. Yeah, this is that. I'm opening it in a one more new tab. Now in this you can see, now as a developer now I have the products. I think we need to be in a correct region. Yeah, in this US West 2 actually the products have been launched, so we need to be in the same region so that we can able to see the products. Now we can able to see the products, and yeah, so now you can open, you can even see the portfolios, but still we do not have access to modify them, but we can able to see them. You can see error is getting where, so access is there for this, but we cannot able to see the products which are present inside this portfolio and the products list. So we, since we are not admin, we do not have access to this portal, or we do not have access to this creation, products creation. As a developer I only have I only have these products. I can just select them and launch them. Launching option is there. Under provisioned products, currently no provisioned products are there. So let's open the products and let's select this. If I just click on this launch product, then the process will be further moved to launch this domain, SageMaker domain. Currently, do we have any domains? No, currently we do not have any SageMaker domains. It's North Virginia, currently it is in. I want to change it into Virginia, US West 2. Since our products are created there, and even though we launch a domain that also creates in this region, so that's why I'm opening this. Currently there is no domain is there. If I try to create a domain directly from SageMaker service, let's see what happens or what problem do I encounter. I'm just clicking on setup. So you can see we do not have permissions. So here also we'll get the same error. After some steps, we might get some same error. So I'm just, yeah. So I'm just moving on with the default configurations and I want to use existing role to create this domain. Yeah, you can see we are unable, we are not having access to perform this. We are not authorized, right? Yes. So directly, if I try to create a domain, there are two ways. In the two ways, I cannot able to create directly from SageMaker. Now let's try. As a developer, currently I am developer. This is a developer role. Now I opened the service catalog, and so these are the products that are created by my admin, and my admin provided me the access to these two products. I'm just selecting one domain, that is SageMaker domain, and just clicking on launch product. Now let's see whether can I able to launch a domain and can I able to see the domain here. So generate some unique name for this domain, and the subnet I need to provide, and VPC also I need to provide. So let's open the VPC and let's see, do I have any lab VPCs? Currently I'm a developer. I don't know, do I have any lab VPCs or not? So let's open your VPCs so that I can able to see. Yeah, lab VPC is there. I'm just copying that lab VPC related ID, and I'm just pasting that ID here so that it can able to identify in this VPC we are launching this. The subnet ID, we also need to provide the subnet ID. I want to create it in a first private subnet, so that's why I'm providing this subnet ID here. So now if I create my domain, then inside this VPC, inside this subnet, this will be launched. I'm just clicking on launch product. So service catalog is now launching this domain. So let's wait for a moment so that this creation in progress will be completed and our domain will be, or our SageMaker endpoint domain will be launched. Yeah, currently, yeah, now you can observe it is in pending state. That is, status is in pending state. That is, it is creating now. The SageMaker domain is creating now. So from this service catalog, as a developer now I can able to create this. But directly from SageMaker, can I able to create this? No. As a developer user, I cannot able to directly create this from this SageMaker. But from this service catalog, from these products, whatever the products that I have, if I just click on launch, then from this service catalog, I can able to create. So what is the point that we need to catch here or observe here is through this service catalog, we can able to, as a developer, I can able to access the services which I cannot directly access from the console, and I can able to launch the products from this service catalog. Even though those products I do not have permission directly from console, I can able to launch the products from here, right? Yes, as a developer, now I have the flexibility to launch this domain. How many domains I want, those many domains I can able to launch. Then after I'll even create the users as well as the logins, user spaces as well, and test it as well. After this SageMaker domain creation completed, we can even create a user. So I think it's got done. Let's refresh it, or let's check with the events. Yeah, physics. Uh, so let's move on back a bit. Status under change. Currently, it's under change. So let it create. Yeah, now we got the physical ID. I'm just copying this because inside this SageMaker domain itself, I am going to create my user as well as space. We need to tell this physical ID while creating user and user space inside this domain. We need to identify this domain, whatever the domain that we created, that we need to identify this. How can we able to identify that is by using this physical ID itself. So that's why I'm copying this physical ID. Wait till this gets created. After this gets created, we can even just click on it and launch this product as well. Now let's check again the status. Yeah, now you can observe it is in service. Now let's copy the physical ID of it so that we can able to use it. Now, yeah, this is the product that we just created. Now the status is also available. The physical ID of this resource is this. I'm just copying this. Now let's launch some space inside it. Before launching this, let's open this. Okay. Now let's see under user profiles. Do I have any users? No. Under space management, do I have any spaces? No. So now we are writing or we are launching the another code. So we are launching this product. After that, these two will be created. These two will be created. So here also, if we try to do some creation like F1, I'm just clicking on submit and I try to create this space. As a developer, I'm just trying. Okay, now I have the permission to create, I think. Okay, to this domain currently I have the access, so that's why I'm able to create a, I can able to create users as well as a space inside it. I'm just moving on with the default options and creating the user as well inside it. Yeah, you can see the user is created, user profile is created, as well as some space is also created. So in the similar way, if we launch this product from here itself, so through that also it will create in the domain, in the same domain. So to create in the same domain, we need to provide this domain ID and the user name, user profile name. So which user you want to create? I want to create the same user with this same name. So that's why I'm just copying this IAM user and pasting that username here so that this particular user will be created. And so after creating this, I want to access some repository. I'm just providing that URL even though this is an optional. That is this lab repo URL is. I'm just clicking on a launch product so that this product will be launched. That is, this user will be created as well as the space also gets created. So currently creation is in progress. So wait till this gets done. Okay. The user profile got created. Next user space. So it is getting creating. Yeah, it is also done. And SageMaker automation. Okay. documentation is going on. So meanwhile, we can even open and check with yeah, you can see the lab space it is created, and user also created with the specified name. Now as this user I want to launch the studio. I want to launch the studio and do some experiments there to develop the projects. So as this user, I'm clicking on launch, and here studio option is there. I'm just clicking on studio. I'm a developer. As a developer, I'm doing all these things. So directly from SageMaker, if I try to create a domain, can I able to create it? No, I do not have access. So how I created? I just opened the service catalog. There, I just opened the products, whatever the products that I have access, and those I have launched. So whenever I launch it, then what happens? My domain got created in this SageMaker. So through that domain, inside that domain, I have the access. Since this domain is created by me, and the code or the product configurations allows me to change these configurations or add users to this, as well as add how many spaces I require, those many spaces here, and share to how many users I want to those many users by providing them access to here. So those all flexibility I have now as a developer. And now, so this is the SageMaker studio just now opened. So here you can click on home or running instances you can open, so that it will show you the instances which are running. Currently there are no instances is there. I think the process is not completed here. So whatever the provisioned products is there inside that, so I have provisioned, yeah, this is under change. After this got completed, we'll get some running instances there. We'll get some running instance here, then we can able to use that. So here let's wait for a moment. Since this is still creating, that is yeah, this is in creation process. Let's see how, or let's see this, that is the configuration of this. We just created one more so here we are creating two resources. One is user profile and one is a space, and we are taking, or we are considering these two as parameters, main parameters. And so by taking that, we are creating a user profile. We're using the same role, and here also by creating the user profile, we are mentioning the instance type as a T3 medium, as well as SageMaker space also. We're mentioning a T3 medium as a instance type, and we creating this instance, or we creating this space with shared space, share type, and we're creating this with the same ownership for that user name, or whatever the user profile that we created. With that user profile name, we are providing the ownership to this space. We are creating this user, and we are creating a space by providing ownership to this user in this script, cloud formation template script. So that's the code which is present inside this. Now let's check with this, or let's refresh this and check whether this got created or not. So under change, okay. And if we see the instances, yeah, I think one. So it is running right now. Just reload it. Yeah. So one instance is getting running. Okay, this is running. Let's click on this Jupyter Lab. So actions. So let's run this. so that this lab space, what are the lab space that got created, that will start running, and then we can able to open it, and we can able to do, or we can able to write our code, and we can able to test it there. So that's actually our platform to do this. So currently it's get starting. It is starting. So let's wait for a moment. Now we have this open option. I'm just clicking on open. So after this gets started, we have this stop option is there, as well as open option is also there. This lab space got started. I'm just opening this. So this is the platform that we reached. I'm just reloading this page, or so let's close and reopen this. I'm just clicking on open, so that this platform need to open for a minute, for a moment. I think I have a network issue, so that's why it is taking a bit time, or it is loading, the platform is loading. Okay, yeah, it's done. Now here we can select a particular launcher, and we can able to write some specific code, and we can able to develop our business related use case. As a developer, he can able to write some code here and develop anything, and he can able to click on any notebooks and write some code here. For example, I'm just writing a print hello world, and I'm just clicking on a run button, or just click on shift and enter, so that this will run. Yeah, so like this he can able to write his code in this platform, and he can able to test it as well as deploy it as well here. So for that, I'm just cloning one repository here, and I want to show you how the actually the process is going on. I'm just selecting this and just cloning this, so that all the files will be cloned to here. I'll just run one of the file among those. I'm just opening this file, and so in this so like this we can able to write some code and run this. In this, what I'm doing is I'm just doing few things like creating my own container and running some code in it. So to create my container, first I need to define, right? Yes. So to define that container, we are writing this. What this mkdir Docker will do. It will create a folder here with this Docker name. I'm just running this, so that this name folder will be created. Let's run from starting. This is related to downloading the dependencies. I'm downloading the SageMaker related dependencies, and I'm importing all the required dependencies, and I'm just logging the details here. Then after, I'm downloading this data set from my S3 bucket and storing that inside this folder. If I run this, one more folder got created with this name, and this data set will be stored there. I'm just sh- clicking on shift and enter. Yeah, you can see I need to reload this. Yeah, here inside this data folder, this Avalone dataset got created. Then I'm going to creating a container. So this mkdir space this docker already created, so that's why I'm getting this mistake. Inside this, I do not have any files. Now I want to create a file and write some code inside this. So this is the command, that is to create a file. Write file is the command to create a file inside this folder, and to write some code, or to write some data inside it, I'm writing this. This actually picks some public ECR repository, and that too slim slim based repository, that is a very compact or small repository or small Docker related image will be picked, which are stored in this ECR public repository. Then inside that Docker image, whatever the pull Docker image, inside that I want to install this pandas as well as scikit-learn. So that's why I'm writing these two commands by using this pip3 and run before I provided. And so this is just the environment configurations, and I'm just clicking on enter. Now my Docker file created. This code will be just put inside this. Yes. Now I'm building the container. So to build the container, I need to run this command. That is SageMaker Docker sm docker build dot. So where my Docker file is there, to there I need to move and run this command. SageMaker Docker build dot. Dot means current folder it represents. So I'm moving into this Docker folder and running this. What about these two? So these are nothing but these two commands are nothing but removing the existing library related to standard C++ so dot 6, and I'm replacing it with a condas related library and running this. Now yeah, it's got run successfully, and it will create me these two configurations. Then I'm just importing or I'm just loading this data set, whatever the data I have inside that data set. I'm just loading that. That is inside this data folder. I have this Avalone data, and I just loaded that into this, and I'm printing only top 5. I'm just printing those data. So currently it is running. So wait for a moment so that the results will be appeared. Yeah, still this is working, so that's why I created ECR repository. After this got run successfully, will be moved to here. After this got done successfully, we'll get some Docker related image like this. So that we're gonna copy and we'll use that Docker whatever we build right now from this command in future in the upcoming steps. So like this you can able to create your Docker image inside your notebook, and you can able to run your code inside the Docker, so that whatever the space or whatever the storage that is utilizing for this for running this application is effectively utilized. Since this is a M5 related family instance type, it was taking me a bit more time. Okay, that's quite natural. But in real time, as you are using or developing any ML related project, then we might need to prefer ML M5 X large, so that or ML M family related instance type we need to prefer, because those are having a high compute related instance types. Those we can able to use to run ML based tasks or Gen AI based tasks as well. So after that got done, this data will be loaded. So after that, this is a script processor, where here we are specifying the image or Docker image that was created by the above steps. And so here we are providing this as a script processor. To process our scripts, we are using that Docker image. Where the Docker image is created on top, that is previously we created that Docker image. Previously we created the Docker image, that is this. Now we got this Docker image. I'm just copying this. Yeah, the top 5 data which is present in this Avalone will be look like this. And so we need to replace here that Docker image. Now I'm just running this. So here what happens is very simple. We're just creating, we just created a Docker image and we run that Docker image so that it will create me that Docker image related URI. So that we are taking and that we are using to process this data set. To process this data set, we loaded this data set into this shape variable. Then after we just seen how the data is present in that data set. Then to process the data set, we need to create a container or we need to use the Docker URI, whatever the previous Docker URI that we created, that we need to use. So that's why we are creating this script preprocessor with that Docker URI, and we are providing much more fast instance type to use this Docker image. And by using this large instance type to perform some generalized tasks. Then so this is the code to run the process. So this is the code. So this is the code, that is sklearn preprocessing is some code that I have written and stored in my S3 bucket that I am processing, that I am using to process my Avalone dataset. So that dataset I have shown you previously how it will look like. So these are the top 5 columns that we are processing by using what? This Python code. So this sklearn preprocessing.py, it's nothing but a Python code that we stored in S3, that is actually present in S3. You can assume that like a sample S3 sample code we are using for cleaning purpose, and we are pre-processing our data. So where we are pre-processing, where we are doing on this script processor. What is the script processor? This is nothing but our container, our own pre-processed container. How it is created? By using this image. We defined this image previously. So that is how the code or whatever the required dependencies which are present in it, those we defined, and we created that image, we build that image, and we taken that URI. By using that URI, we created a container. By using that URI, we created a container. By using that container, on top of that container, what we are doing, we are running this Python script to pre-process our Avalone dataset on top of what instance type? This instance type. So this will gets done. After this, we can able to validate the output as well. So like this, we'll get the output. Now we can able to observe the processed output. So this is how it look like, and the results also we can able to observe here. So here also we can able to observe the results. So that's about this lab. Now let's recap what are the things that we have done. We utilized this AWS Service Catalog. As an administrator, we created two products, that is SageMaker domain, SageMaker space and user as one product, SageMaker domain as one product. Then to provide access to these two products to developers, team users, we created a portfolio and we added a developer user to this. As the admin, we did these tasks. Then after, as a developer, since I need to develop ML project, I will log in into my account. as a developer user. Then I checked, or I have seen what are the products I have to launch. I have these two products. I launched this SageMaker domain. After that, I have taken the idea of it and used that while launching this user space and user SageMaker user, so that this space as well as this user will going to create inside this SageMaker domain. So it's got done. Then I opened this SageMaker space. I opened first this SageMaker domain. So inside that I opened this user. After that I launched the platform, or I launched the SageMaker space. So it will open me the SageMaker space. Inside that I have a running notebook already available. I just opened it, and so inside that I'll get some Jupyter notebook platform. So there I developed my code for my project or my requirement. So currently for now my requirement is just a cleaning purpose. That is, I have some data, Avalone data, I need to clean it, process it, and get some results. So that I have done. That is, I have taken the Avalone dataset from my S3 bucket, and I have taken some Python code which is already present in my S3 bucket for pre-processing. At last I have seen the results as well. So in this process I have also seen few more concepts. Those are these two things, that is a Docker image creation as well as a container creation as well as a running for pre-processing also we have seen on this SageMaker Studio notebooks. So that's all about this video. I hope this video is useful and you got some knowledgeful insights and much more content from this video. I hope this video is useful to you. If you feel really this video is useful, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. It will be very supporting to me if you do these things. So thanks for watching. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye guys.